So we're going live on YouTube. Let
And
me have a sip of my tea.
I haven't got any. I haven't got any. How
Check
have
the
you been, though,
analytics,
mate?
man. Oh, we got
How have
5
you been?
viewers right now. Hello, everyone on YouTube.
YouTube community, how are we? Instagram fans, how are we? Loving life. And people are actually waving on Instagram, so we'll just
Hi,
wait.
everyone on Instagram. How's it going?
Do you imagine if we had millions of people watching this? Like how silly that would be.
Yeah, we're getting some views
Even
right.
if we had 1 million followers, we'd probably only get about 14 people watch us anyway.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We're just gonna wait a little bit whilst the viewers pile in, of course. Yes, Jack. How you doing, bro? Jack had his surgery last night, stoma surgery.
Oh, how did it go? How was it, Jack? I
He's
hope you're okay. I hope you're not in any pain and you're getting lots of morphine and Oromorph and all those bits. That's what you need right now.
yeah, he's loving life right now. I'm pretty sure, man. I'm pretty
Fingers
sure.
crossed you're eating as well, when you can finally have some solid food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully you don't have to wait 19 days like I did to eat your first meal.
Madness, absolute madness.
Hopefully you don't have
Ooh. Rightio, we got 7 people in the chat. He said it's pretty straightforward. Cool. So, thank you for joining us, people. Obviously, you know who I am. So my channel, my name is Majid. And my friend over here is someone who I've known for a long time now. Actually, we met like what 4 years ago, maybe even longer. Was it 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's around about 4 years ago. It's when we
Yes, yes, Callum.
started doing
Yeah,
the Instachrones. We went to the that O2 community hub in was it Hoxton or?
it was in Hoxton. Yeah.
And that's when we met. Long time ago.
So, in essence, what we're doing is this is a continuation from last week. Unfortunately, Ant couldn't join me last week. He had a bit of a blockage in his stoma, but that's something we're going to get onto. So I just came on and started conversing with you guys, having a little chat, seeing how you're all doing, and it went really well. I was meant to come on for about 20 minutes. I ended up being on for about how long was I on for? For about almost an hour. So I thought, we have to get this going. And now, thankfully, Ant is much better. He's looking fighting fit, as handsome as ever. And we are going to get this going. So it's just going to be a conversation back and forth talking about Ant and his stoma. He's done amazing work since, recovering from his surgery and as things have progressed over the year. And obviously, we're going to be interacting with you guys as well. If you have any questions regarding stomas, regarding IBD experiences, if you're new to it, just give us a shout. We're just going to give you like honest opinions, talk about our experiences, because collectively, we've probably had over like 30 years of like IBD experience, which is a little bit of a time. That's a whole lifetime, to be honest. I'm 30 in June, so it's
You're
mad
not
life.
30 in
Bruv,
June.
I'm 30 in June, my G. Mad thing.
First of all, like everyone, I can only apologise last week.
Don't apologize, man. Come on.
We did all the artwork, we got everything sorted, and then my stoma had other ideas. So you had to put up with my weed for an hour, which, to be fair, is probably going to be better than putting up with me and him for an hour. To be fair,
Yeah. Now you guys have to do that. But we got some people in the chat. I'm gonna see what they're saying. Callum, yes. How you doing? Jack, Ria, welcome back. How are you doing? I think if I click here, does it pin your message to the actual YouTube chat? I don't even know, man. But let's see what happens.
you
Let's
ask
see if it
the
can.
questions, matey. You do what you need to do. So how have you been? I know I haven't last time I saw you were doing a modelling shoot in London with the lovely Victoria, and Unhidden teams and stuff like that. How have you been since then, man?
I'm good, bro, man. Obviously, we met up again after the Unhidden shoot. Shout out Victoria, who's doing amazing stuff with her brand, and
Big love.
got mad love for that lady, man. Victoria's a G. If you're watching either on in the Instagram or the
Whichever
YouTube,
one.
big love to you, man. Big love to you. But I've been well, bro. My weight's fluctuated a little bit because of lockdown. I've gotten a little bit chubbier, but I've lost a lot of weight. I'm on a bit of a strict diet. And I am running quite a lot, man. I'm taking inspiration from you, man. Every day you're running about 10K, and I'm just like, raw. This
No,
is
I'm not.
crazy, bro. Man like Ant is on a madness. And I've taken inspiration from you, from a bunch of other people that I see on a day to day. And I've always just wanted to start running more regularly, and I was just like, you know what, the only person that's stopping me is me, right? So
Mm.
I just I had all the equipment, I had all the gear, jumped straight in, started running, man, taking it slow. And, over the years of having massive expectations for myself, I told myself, look, it's not about speed, it's not about distance, it's just about getting going. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's the
So,
biggest challenge is just you doing it. So I actually, do you know what? I was watching I've recently got into TikTok, and
yeah, you're sick.
I just, I mean, you can just, it's worse than YouTube. You can just sit and watch videos for hours, and your day will go. I mean, I sat in hospital watching it, and a few of the videos that I actually came across were silly, like motivational quotes and all that sort of stuff. You're like, yeah, okay, fine, it makes sense. But there's a few people that actually did little videos.
Yeah.
But like, if you want motivation and you want to do all these bits and pieces, you actually just have to go and do it.
Mm.
Like, you build motivation after doing something, and if you just do it slowly, you'll be fine. So this guy basically said, "Do you want to get up in the morning and go work out?" No one wants to do that. No one ever goes, "I want to do it." To start with, you're like, "I'm tired." So why don't you just say, "I'm going to get up and go for a walk"? Because if you get up and go for a walk, you're really likely to get up and go for a walk, because that requires less effort. If
Yeah.
you can walk, you can then turn that into a gentle jog, and then you can turn that into a run. So just do bits. And then you start running every day, and you're like, "Oh, I love running every day." And you're like, well, that actually isn't that hard.
For
That's
sure.
that's it. That's all motivation is in a small nugget. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing well there with it, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad
no,
you.
I appreciate it, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I can see improvements, and it's actually like spurring me on to continue. And I feel like that is a direct like comparison to living with something like IBD and having stoma surgery. Um, we always tend to think of the final goal, but it's about like just taking them baby steps. Going outside for 5 minutes, and the day after going for 10, then increasing that gradually, and then you can go for a light jog, like you said, and then build on the distance, and then try and run 10K, but not worry about the speed. Just get to 10K, and then
Yeah.
prove to yourself you can do it, and then see where you go from there, man. Slowly take off the seconds and seconds. And so that's something definitely I've been doing. I've been reading a lot more. I've got a book. I've got my little book pile over there by my bed, which I'm reading and highlighting. Again, it's just about trying to build like healthy habits, man. That's my main thing. I'm really trying to like focus on things that I really enjoy doing. This whole this YouTube thing again. I've been just like mashing out videos. If that doesn't sound weird, but as in just producing loads of videos, podcasts as well, and I'm just I'm happy to see you and a bunch of other people. I think Lois is in the chat as well. Gut Instinct, yes, yes. She needs to come onto this little series as well. But
He does,
just
but
seeing people within the IBD community connecting with each other and just inspiring each other, man. Because this whole lockdown has been difficult for everyone, regardless of the
yeah,
situation you're in health wise. We've all had to like adapt and just really change the way we live, to be honest. And it's some people have found it a lot harder than others. I definitely found it quite difficult at the start, without a shadow of a doubt. So
I
yeah,
can't
man.
think
If
of
anyone,
anyone that hasn't though. Like who's actually gone through this lockdown and gone,
Hmm,
this hasn't affected me at all. It's affected everyone, and it
hmm,
massively has. And the biggest thing for me out of this is that you actually take away the stuff that you've had to learn in this period of time. So I've had, like, we talk about it quite regularly with work and stuff like this in the job that I do, and a lot of things we talk about are like, intelligence, emotional intelligence, all these sorts of bits and pieces. And for us in our lifetime, this is, I'd like to think, fingers crossed, the only major sort of catastrophe that we may ever see. So this is
hmm.
our generation's sort of world war.
Yeah, boy.
If you look at it that way around, you're restricted, you can't do anything. There's your freedom is taken away because we
Hmm,
have to do the right thing, and
hmm.
it's meant that you've had to look at your life. What makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, reconnect with people you've not spoken to in ages. And when the world opens back up again, fingers crossed it does. I've recently had my vaccine, so I'm hoping I'll get my second one soon, and then hopefully we can start to get out more. We actually take all the good habits and all the good things that you've done in this period of your life, this 1 year, and then actually progress that like forever.
Yeah, man. Trust. I agree, man. But I think people who actually went through the World War will be like, "This is nothing compared
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
World
And
War."
I don't mean to draw it like
You know what I'm
it's.
saying, man? We're out here chilling with our mobile phones and stuff, but
Yeah, I know, but
no, but I understand. I
it's the
understand what you
realistic
mean in the
thing.
grand scheme of things. Like this is like a huge thing that is like affected humanity. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But no, shout out to the people in the chat, man. Joe, Ria. KP Kiri, what you saying? Sue has a question for us actually.
Go ahead.
When
Go
you both had surgery, did you have open surgery or keyhole surgery? Me personally, I had laparoscopic surgery, which is surgery that involves making small incisions on either side of your belly button and sometimes going in the belly button as well. So I don't have a scar down my middle. They didn't open me up.
Had the same,
Um,
exactly the same.
and yeah, and had exactly the same. So I think they tend to usually choose that method nowadays. That tends to be the most used method in that it's just it's the least invasive, sorry, and
Mm.
it doesn't leave like large scars. However, in some occasions, there's always the chance that they may have to like, cut you down the middle. And if they have to do that, they're not going to do it for no reason, so you're gonna get like Jack as well. Jack had open surgery. He's got
Mm.
a nice battle wound down the middle. So I'm glad
Literally,
you're up and about though, man. You're on the chat chatting to us.
it's they say they tend to say that they'll start laparoscopically, and then if they get in there and say we can't do things through little holes, we have to open you up, then there's a reason for doing it and stuff like this. It's one thing I spoke with my surgeon with, openly for ages. I was like, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And they give you sort of an overview, like when you first talk about surgery and stuff. And he's like, this is where we're going to do, and then I'm going to look to clamp this bit and then do this, and then we look to dissect these parts out. And it was absolutely fascinating, and just how you can remove a whole organ, like a whole piece of your body
Mm.
through. I've got a tiny scar, like just above like my sort of pubic bone area sort of thing, like literally just there's a tiny little scar. That's where they took it all out, and everything else is done through little portholes. And then you wake up and you've got a stoma, and I just how they create the stoma, how they suture in and do all that, it's fascinating. Like
Honestly,
it's
yeah.
just the way that medical science can has progressed, so you could do stuff like that. Because even before this, I was looking at the first surgeries that they used to do, and a lot of them were like they were battle surgeries. It's mad, like,
Yeah.
and you didn't have a bag; you just had your gut out, and people just walk around with a cloth, like holding. Do you know what I mean?
Mad,
It's
mad,
crazy,
mad.
absolutely
That's
crazy.
mad. Yeah, that is crazy indeed. But obviously, I wanted to delve a bit further. So the last conversation we had, you can see that on my YouTube channel, the Puff Podcast.
When we
We
were
spoke.
in that amazing little, was it Joe's Cafe?
Yeah,
Is that there?
Joe's Calf, which has now relocated, man. It's under reconstruction now, but we had a fantastic conversation.
Great.
And came down. This was before his surgery, before he became a part of the swag bag gang. Now we're bag bros, as I like to call us. Um, and
Rose for life.
you were living with the symptoms, daily of ulcerative colitis, and you're one of the strongest people I know because you wouldn't let it affect you, but ultimately, we all know it does affect us um in more ways than one, but we spoke and we definitely said, we're gonna catch up after you had your surgery. Now you've had your surgery. It's been over a year now, hasn't it?
It's been literally a year and 3 weeks. Yeah.
A year and
12th,
3 weeks, yeah.
12th of February last year.
Exactly. No, because I remember. So we had our conversation around October 2019. Sorry, I keep drinking tea, by the way, people. I have a really
That's
sore
fine.
throat. And
No, it wasn't October. It was July. It was June, July time. It was the summer.
swear.
Yeah, because it was really hot. Do you not remember? It was
Yeah, no,
so
you came
hot.
in your t-shirt, yeah, your tight black
Yeah,
t-shirt. I
yeah.
remember.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it
yeah.
was it was boiling. Yeah, it was like June, July time. It
Oh,
was
mad. Maybe I released it a bit later on then.
yeah, we did because that's when you started doing your little t-shirts and bits and pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got yours, right?
No, never
Oh,
arrived
mad. All right, cool.
because
I
you
got
weren't
one from
happy
you.
about the logo, so you were like, I'm going to
Oh, yeah,
do
I
one.
got the new batch. I got the new batch. I'm gonna send that to you. You should send
Yeah.
me the mock-up of the IBD Life, sent the logo as well. I'll put that on too, so it's like a collab tee.
Ah, yes. I might actually redesign my logo, but yeah, I will do. I
All right,
will
we'll keep in
definitely.
touch. Yeah, I got a t-shirt for you. Thanks for reminding me.
That's all right, man.
But
That's all.
no, your surgery was originally meant to be November 2019, but it got
Yeah,
cancelled, right? And it got moved to February.
yeah. Well, it got moved. I got moved so many times. It got moved from. It was going to be May of 2019, then June, then July, then November, and then the 19th of December, because I was literally having conversations with my family like, what am I going to do for Christmas?
Yeah.
And then it got moved to February.
Okay.
So it was crazy, absolutely crazy. And I think it was when we started, like every time I would go in, I'd go and see colorectal nurse, stoma nurses, the whole team, and they were like, "Oh, you're young, fit, and healthy. You'll be out in like 3 or 4 days. Like, don't worry, don't even worry about it. Like, you will walk this surgery." And you go in with that element of confidence, don't you? You know, because I planned for mine, and because it got moved back so many times, I felt mentally prepared and more actually frustrated. I was like, I just want to get this done and dusted. I want to get out of this. Let's move on and do something else. But yeah, it just took a long time of planning. Then got into it, and I was there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And there was literally old people that were coming in, having a stoma created and formed, in beds like a few rooms away from me. And they were coming and going, and I was like, how are you able to get up and go and eat, and I'm still sitting here with an NG tube in and
It tests you, man.
drains and
It
stuff.
tests you for sure. I remember seeing your footage and stuff, and through your socials and all that, and thinking, oh man, you've had a rough little patch. But I knew, obviously, having gone through it myself, I knew it was gonna be rough at the beginning. I think I always tell that to everyone. It's always gonna be rough at the beginning, man. Some of the roughness or the rough period might be a bit easier compared to other people, but the beginning is always slightly more difficult to deal with as you adapt because your body's healing, right? And it's like, what the hell has happened to it? You know, what is going on? I've got this thing, like it's just, it's proper invasive surgery you're having. So, um, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, shit, okay, my language, sorry, but I was like, okay, cool. He's going through the ring. He's fought 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, but I knew ultimately you were going to get better, and there may be a few hiccups in the way, but I'm sure if you probably stand testament to that, man. You wouldn't trade anything now, for to go back because of the freedom that you now live with the bad boy stoma. Am I
Yeah,
right?
mate, you're absolutely spot on. I mean, I remember I did a documentary with Bryony.
Well, I was going to come on to that, but you might as well
Yeah,
touch on that now.
yeah. I did a documentary with Brian at BBC about it, which went on to their Instagram page, and it was just my story. A few of us did it as well. I think there's some other amazing people that also did the actual full documentary, and it was literally like, why are you doing this? And I remember saying to her in my flat at the time, it's going to be really weird waking up one day and not having the pain, the anxiety of having to go to the toilet all the time, the worry, the stress, the passing blood, all the symptoms, being able to what I want to eat and stuff like that. And I even remember when I was in hospital, yes, I kept being sick and I kept having problems because my stomach just wouldn't wake up. But I wasn't running off to go to the toilet. Now I can't stress to you like how much of a massive change that was, because you get
Sure.
used to every day literally going, oh, well, I've got to go, and then you just run off, and then to have that part of your whole bowel taken away. Yes, it's in a bag now, and you can see it coming out of a bag, but you don't have that pain or that sensation. It's gone, and you don't have the same sense of, right, I don't know what's happening, etc., etc. Sorry, my work keeps. I've just realised I haven't logged out of my work chat. But yeah, literally just had all these bits and pieces, and I feel good. And it was like, yes, you've got drugs going through you, but I was like, I actually feel good. I feel better, even though physically I've lost a lot of weight. I don't look great. I feel so much better. So even instantly after surgery, I felt like it was the correct decision, massively correct decision.
Nah, I respect him, man. And having gone through it, I'm just like, raw. Look, I'm so happy for, and because I know, we spoke on multiple occasions about how it was feeling, how it was inhibiting you, and obviously, you were pretty fit, man. You had massive. I just remember you have massive biceps, my G, and I was like, raw, this guy's a hench, and
They've all gone
obviously,
now, mate.
yeah, it's gone, but as in, you're onto your path, and 1 year is still relatively short. You know what I'm saying, of living with the stoma, so
Yeah.
slowly you're gonna get back into your routine, and obviously global pandemic as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So it hasn't been the easiest to get back into gyms because they haven't been open. But a quick shout out to Paulette. What's up? How you doing, Paulette? Thanks for joining. Mustafa Tonin. I see Jack and Sue chatting in the chat. Wait, wait. Ria saying that's brilliant to hear in terms of the stoma bag. I'm pretty sure she's talking about that. Guys, if you have any questions, definitely give us a shout. If you have any queries, any thing you want to ask us regarding stomas or IBD or
Yeah.
anything, to be honest, life, we are your gurus for the evening. But so um, what I wanted to ask was the so you're out of hospital now, yeah. You stayed there for a bit of an extended time. You had a few complications. You're back home now.
Yeah.
Um, you had a thought process of what recovery was going to be like in your mind going into it. Uh, how did that actually pan out in reality? Was it what you thought it would be? Was it more complicated or was it easier? And what kind of like one or two tips would you give? Actually, no, leave that part. Just answer the first part. I'm asking too much.
I'll come on to the
Yeah,
tips.
We'll do the tips after.
When it started, I'll be honest, I think it was because I'd spoken to so many nurses, my surgeons, doctors, and the team, and they were like, because you're really, really fit, you'll be in and out quite quickly.
Hmm.
So I sort of took that as gospel, thinking, well,
they jinxed you, man. They
yeah,
jinxed you.
that's it. That's exactly it.
Bloody jinxed you.
You know, and they kept saying, "Oh, I've got a guy in here that's like, he's older than you. He's so much more unhealthy than you are. Like, so, and he was out in a week, so you'll definitely be out." I was like, "Okay, great." And it was just, it just the reality was different, but I knew that it was going to be a challenge. Like, I'd be foolish to sit there and think I'm going to have this major surgery and there'll be no complications whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk out and it's just going to be like, right, cool, see you later, guys. And then next week I'll be back in the gym and running around, and it's going to be such a long journey. And it has, but I mentally have prepared for it being worse. I didn't think I would be in hospital for that length of time, but it was just because they wanted everything to work properly.
For sure.
And
Exactly.
when we went into hospital, basically my nurses and my consultant teams were saying, your abdominal wall is too thick. And I was like,
your abs are too big.
Yeah. Your abs in your
Man said
internal
your abs are
abdominal
too
wall.
big, bruv. You've been doing too many setups, bro.
They literally said they're too thick. So every time you're moving, it's contracting and it's just doing that to your stoma. And your stoma doesn't like it because it's new. It's never felt the sensation. So it just doesn't want to work. And this just sounds really weird, but the amount of nurses that would come in, they'd be like, "It's all right if we feel like through your stoma, like just to see if there's anything blockaging." It's like, yeah. And literally they'd be going, "Oh my God, yeah, like you're that's a really thick abdominal wall." And I'm like, "Yeah, mate, can like you have your finger can you take?"
Well, they were like putting their little finger in your stomach.
Because they wanted to see how, like, if there was anything blocking it. So that would be like a daily occurrence.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was like people on the ward, like their doctors going, "You seen that guy downstairs? Like his abdominal wall, you have to put his finger in. It's massive." But yeah,
everyone's lubing up their finger.
I was like, "Can you please buy me a drink? Come on, like I'm used to backdoor stuff. Well, I don't know what this is, but
nope.
Yeah, literally, it just took a lot of time. But it's like anything. It's like any road to recovery. One of my friends said, when you aim at a target, if you have a bow and arrow, as an example, the recovery stage is where you're drawing that bow before you release it. Like you release it, that's you getting to your target and where you need to go. When you draw that bow back, that is your recovery stage, and it's just how long that period of time takes. And I thought, was like, that's such a good analogy, because you're always going to get where you need to be. It's just how long that period of time takes. So
for sure,
it was a challenge. But then I got out and had to change my diet. My doctors and consultants said, as soon as I did the first one, we just need to monitor it. You're out, and you're going to have to have a really slow pace of diet and stuff like that. And I spoke with so many wonderful people in the IBD community. So thank you all for your hints and topics and stuff, but everyone's journey is so different, so different. I've spoke to people that are on TPN for ages. The TPN is like a big bag of like NutriFeed that goes in your arm. Literally, it's a big protein shake, but you can't taste it. It goes directly into your bloodstream. People have been on that for weeks after surgery. Yeah, you have to go home and have it. I had that for a couple of days and then was managing to eat after that. Some people literally got out of hospital, Went straight to McDonald's, ate loads of food. You were eating scones or something, you said, after your first session, didn't
Bro,
you?
oh my God. So we got a question actually, which I'm going to ask you a couple
Go on.
questions. But you said about scones. When I came out of hospital, that's a lie. The day after my surgery, I felt invincible because of
Yeah.
the morphine in it. I was like, bro, this is light work. I went to McDonald's, man, and I threw up as soon as I got back to the hospital. And I was like, yeah, that was such, for someone who's lived with this condition for multiple years, that was such an amateur move. You're so stupid. So I just reeled it back in and I stuck to like soups for like a week.
Yeah.
And then when I got home, I was just munching everything that was put in front of me, man. I got this affiliation with scones. I was eating like 6 scones a day, 6 scones a day, like a sultana scones. I was just waxing them off. It was crazy. But Jack actually is asking, and you said you couldn't eat for 19 days. What was the first thing you ate, and was it lots of it?
Oh no! Oh, do you know what?
Good
The first
question.
thing I ate, and this is quite sad, it was a ham sandwich. Because all they had was
Man said he stole a primary school student's lunch. Man had a primary school lunch.
no, it was literally the nurse that, like, I was on so many silly, like, Nutribend smoothies and soups. They said, look, the first thing you can eat, like, this is all we've got. It was literally have a tiny bit of a ham sandwich. So I remember just eating that. And it was fine, went down, I was like, right, cool. And then it was, let's see how that goes. I had a ham. Technically, that was the first thing I had outside of my surgery, and then it all stopped working for ages.
Oh yeah, so then you had to go back in.
So no, this was in that initial first 3 days.
Oh, I see.
They said, look, you can now have a soft diet, and the nurse went, would you like a sandwich? And I was like, okay, thinking that's a soft diet, and everyone was like, no, you should have had a soup or an ice cream or something else, and then build it up because that's more solid. And I was like,
Well, I had McDonald's, so I'm sure
yeah,
we
exactly.
we both made a mistake. We both made a big
I would have
mistake.
rather had a McDonald's, mate, than a stupid ham sandwich.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah, had that, and then, to be honest, it was just things like I had scrambled egg and salmon like every day for a week when I went back to parents for a week. Oh, it was nice just to have like actual wholesome food, like the sensation of chewing when all you can do is sip for 2 weeks. I lost 13.5 kilo in hospital.
Blood fire.
Yeah.
That's
So
mad.
I went to the shop. I remember when we went to the shop after, and I was like, right, I'll go buy some jeans. And I was like, I'll buy jeans that are going to be slightly bigger, just so I can like have my bag, and if it expands and stuff, it'll be fine. But I was on a 28-inch waist.
Madness.
It's gone. And then within a few weeks, because you have to eat and drink loads of like protein shakes, having that within 2 weeks, I'd like gone to 32, and I was like, I've put on that much weight.
Yeah, that's
like,
calm then, because you're still in the refund period of those trousers, so you can you can go refund those quick. Just keep the labels on.
That's exactly what I did. Like a couple of weeks later, I was like, oh, I need to go and get another pair. So I exchanged to the bigger size. But
there's actually another question. Oh, sorry, were you going to say something?
No. You crack on, mate.
There's another question for you. Well, for us, Ria. She says, I'm pre-op. One of my worries is I've got super sensitive skin. Wondering about ordering bags from different places to try, and if you have any recommendations brand-wise. Sorry for the long question. It's not a long question at all.
No, don't be silly.
Ant and I actually use different brands. I use Coloplast. You use...
At the moment, I use salts, but I'm about to switch round to Pelican Healthcare.
Pelican.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
I've been doing a few bits and pieces with a product that they were trialing. Okay. The main thing is, I'll be honest, is you just have to find whatever bag works for you. So the reason why this is kind of silly. The reason why I went with the salts one over the Coloplast one was because I've got really sensitive skin as well, and I just found the Coloplast ones, although they're really good bags, they reacted to my skin just that little bit. I didn't get on with the waist bit. I didn't like it for some reason. The way it would fold, I'd always get gunk on it, and I'd be like, I have to clean this. I don't want that. So I had a salts bag. The salts bags come in like black colors and stuff. So I get my bag out every other week on my Instagram. So see it.
But what I'm intrigued to hear. What is the opening like then?
All it is it's foldable, but it's got a rather than you sort of squeezing the end, it's
Yeah.
got a plastic cap, so it comes off and you just pull like that, so it actually opens. So it's just
Ah.
easier, you know. But the difficulty with it is it doesn't have, on a Coloplast one, you've got like the little Velcro wing bits.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
On
yeah.
this you don't. So when I have really watery output, it would leak at the
Ah, I
bottom of the ambit
see.
at night, which is what you don't want. So, but yeah, there's loads of products. But even then, there's loads of skin barrier wipes you can get.
Exactly what I use. Yeah.
There's so many like little tweaks for your skin, which is, you know, it's great. And even one of my friends in Australia, a guy called Adam, he recommended for me Trio Healthcare's they've got a little silicone gel, and you put that over your skin if it gets really inflamed, and literally instantly it was absolutely fine. It was game changing.
I need
It's
to get that,
absolutely
man.
brilliant.
I need to get that.
Literally just go on Trio. It comes in a tiny little test tube. It's brilliant.
I'm
Absolutely
gonna
spot on.
try that. See, Ant's teaching me stuff as well, but again, it's just a matter of trial and error, to be honest. Like when I first ordered my stuff, to be honest, I might try some different bags. Why not, man? I'm looking for change. You know what I'm saying? But the mechanism with Cola Plus for me just works so nicely, man. Because I'm always on the go and stuff. The little Velcro bit, but
Tell you what, I'll tell you
what I
what, mate.
can't. What I can't do though is a peg, man. I can't be dealing with the peg, man. Because you know Hollister, I think they still got the peg. Like
Oh,
you,
don't be wanting that. I've got I'll message you after.
mm,
Well, Pelican have done a new bag, and the new bag's coming out soon. Called the Mod V bag, or
okay.
AV bag. It's basically very similar. The way I've looked at it, and the way I've used it, sort of thing, is it looks like the stuff that you get with a Coloplast bag and a salts bag sort of merged into one.
Okay.
It's coming out soon.
Jeez, I'm gonna have to try that, man.
So, but yeah, I tried it a little while ago, and it was really, really nice, really
Yeah,
good. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
I need to
but
try that
there's a
one.
few bits. Yeah. So
I hope that answers your question, Ria. We have another question. Actually, moves on nicely to what I wanted to say. Actually, Paulette's asking, when is the new bag coming out, and is it Modiva?
yeah, if you go on the Pelican Healthcare Instagram page, they're doing lots of advertising. I'm not sure when it will actually be released.
Yeah,
Look at you with your Brita filter.
you gotta stay hydrated, people. Stay my life.
It's very true, very, very true. Do you know what? Actually, that's something that I wouldn't say I take for granted. I would drink a lot more, but
Hmm.
you don't drink. When you drink before you have surgery, you don't realize the effects of like dehydration as much. You know,
Hmm.
I remember having a couple of glasses of wine when I came home to sort of celebrate. I come home. I've never felt so like drained. Just it just takes it away. It is insane, like what you actually, you know,
Basically,
you
what I'm saying is,
realize.
don't drink, guys.
No, if you do, I'll tell you what. You'll be a
I'm
really cheap
joking.
date because you'll
Yeah,
only have 1 or 2 glasses of wine, and then you have to drink just as much. You have to drink more water than you have with alcohol and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, honestly, keeping
Sick.
your hydration levels up are so key, so key.
I amen to that, man. I completely agree. I wanted to move on to obviously relationships and stuff, which is a big topic within the IBD community. Obviously, you're in a relationship and you moved in with your other half. A very very nice looking relationship. I'm happy for you both. You seem to complement each other. I can't wait to meet you guys together as well once this is all over. But
Yeah.
I have a question from Elia who says, "How does the opposite sex react to the stoma life?" So I suppose tying in with what I just said about you and being in a relationship, how did that all initiate, and what was your approach to telling your other half about your stoma?
Well, bless her. She actually wrote an article for Cosmopolitan magazine. So if there's any ladies that want to go on the Cosmo website, it's on there as well. She did that very recently, which was great.
Awesome work.
Um,
What's her name, man? Let us know of her name, the listeners.
Jessica.
Jess, there
Well,
you
she's
go.
on my Instagram, Jessica Lockett.
Check her out, man. She seems really, really nice.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's all right, man.
Yeah.
She's all right. When we meet up, we'll just be cussing you, and you'll be sitting there in the
Oh
corner,
yeah,
man.
but that's just how it goes. Do you know what I mean? That's fine. I'm happy with that. We actually met up before my surgery, and we went on a couple of dates, and I just said, look, this is what's going to happen in the future. Um, I'm not really looking for anything at the moment that's going to be like properly serious. We'll just see what happens.
Sure.
And then sort of explained it. She goes into a lot of detail on the article that she's done. It's really heartwarming, actually. And I was like, I can't believe it, babe. Like, this is stunning.
Really, really good article.
But she, literally, I just said, this is what's going to happen. This is what my bag life is going to be like.
Back
After
for life.
surgery, that's it. After surgery, met up, and literally, it was. I just showed her my bag. I was like, that's what it is. And she was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Like that bag, that looks sick. Oh, it's black. That's cool. That's quite stylish. And then just sort of really slowly, it was like, this is what happens. This is how it works. If I need to go and empty my bag, this is what I go and do. And I'll be honest, like, she's been an absolute rock. When I've been ill, like recently, she's like, right, babe, what are we eating? What's caused this blockage? We need to do this. She's come to hospital with me when she's been able to, obviously, like COVID restrictions permitting, all those sorts of bits. But yeah, she's been an absolute diamond. And honestly, anyone out there that has got any form of disability, don't let it hold you back from finding what you want in life, because the right person will be there. I promise you. I'm still looking, but we will find one.
Wise words from my man. I completely agree with that. The main thing is that you're comfortable within yourself. Once you're able to deal with being alone and you understand yourself, everything else will fall into place, man. It's
you
very
have to
difficult.
Be happy with you.
100%. It's very difficult going into a relationship or going into any sort of life decision, being uncomfortable with yourself. I don't think you can ever be truly happy with the decision you make. And unfortunately, it's never going to end up going in the direction you want it to go in, man. So ultimately, I'd say take a step back, focus on yourself. And obviously, Ant and I have both managed to do that, with our multiple stays in hospital, and I suppose having those frank conversations with ourselves as well. Having to realign with ourselves, and not change our destination, but change the route we're gonna get there, because everyone has ups and downs. So, yeah, man, you can all end up in a very loving relationship with like Ant as well. So,
yeah, and
the main thing,
you're spot on. I mean, everything you're saying is entirely spot on. If you know where, it's not about sort of goals or anything like that. It's about the direction that you want to take. But you need to, like, it's just like anything. You have to be happy with you, because if you're not happy with yourself, you'll then project a lot of your problems onto other people, and a lot of other people, won't necessarily be able to handle that per se. And you need to be able to be comfortable with you, what you're doing, what you want to do, and then that will actually attract people towards you, because they'll be like, oh, that individual, they know what they want, they've got they've got their stuff together, if you will. So it's all about just being comfortable and happy with you in your own skin. Simple as that.
100%. 100%. There's another question quickly from Tarjan. He asks, can you go swimming? Have you been swimming yet with your Stoma bag?
No, I haven't, because of all the lockdown, all lockdown and those bits. But yes, you can. You could. I've had a bath. That was fun. But you have to have your bag on.
Snorkel in the bath. I've been swimming multiple occasions. I've jumped in the sea in multiple countries. I've been in lakes. I've been in ponds. Can you go in a pond?
Yeah, if you want to.
It's really, really as well, and completely comfortable with this. So that's definitely something that you shouldn't really think about stopping, or you should definitely start with the Stoma. There's nothing wrong with going in the slightly uncomfortable. You can always wear like a little support belt at the start, just to kind of like ease yourself into it. So yeah. Oh, Paulette says she goes to the gym to swim, so that's awesome. For sure. He also asks, can you do contact sport like martial arts with the Stoma bag?
I mean, I used to play rugby, and it's one thing that I've asked my Stoma nurses about. I'm gonna get back to playing it when I eventually can do, but it's just about just sort of looking at what support wear there is that you want to wear, and then just having a chat with your stoma nurses, colorectal nurses, all those sorts of bits and pieces. I've chatted to so many people in the IBD community that do boxing, kickboxing, stuff like that. And I'm like, what if someone punches you in your stoma? And they go, well, you won't feel it because there's no nerving and things in it. And it's like, B, you'll have like, you know, a support belt on it, so that protects it. You can wear cups, which is interesting. I've seen them.
I have one.
Have
I have a
you?
belt with a cup. Yeah, because I used to do. When I first started playing football, I was wearing it, and then obviously I joined a martial arts gym as well. And Tarjan's funny, he's asking about martial arts because I've actually gone to Tarjan's house. I made him tap out quite a few times. We do Brazilian jiu-jitsu together. He's got mats in it, so it
Wow.
is quite intense, and he's pretty good. But yeah, I gave him a quick chokehold, and he couldn't handle it. Yeah, no, I do. I'm really interested in getting into that. Sorry to interrupt your story, but
No.
yeah, no, you go and then I'll say my little piece.
Well, to be honest, you'll literally cover on to the bit I was going to say. There's so many support elements and belts and stuff like that that you can have. You just wear that. And again, a lot of this is more of a mental state of it. Because as soon as you get out of hospital, you go, right, I'm going to just go walking and then go running and then go to the gym. And a lot of people I've spoken to have gone, as soon as you get into doing it, you then go, right, I'm in, go and do it. If it hurts, stop. If it doesn't hurt, carry on.
Exactly.
So that's all it is. It's just like if you've broken your leg or you've had
Ease back
surgery at
into
any
it.
other
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of your
yeah, yeah.
body, you've got to take your time, get back into it, and then crack on. So
I was also gonna add, what was I gonna say? I've forgotten now. But I actually, yeah, I took it easy. I was wearing all the support belts, and then I stopped kind of wearing that. I only really wear something really light now. So I play five-a-side football quite regularly, obviously until everything got locked off. Oh no, is it back? Okay, we're back. I play five-a-side football quite regularly, so I actually had a small prolapse when I was playing football once.
mm,
Um, because I was moving too rigorously and I don't know if I'd warmed up properly and it was mad painful, man. So a prolapse is where like the inside of your stomach comes out.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of elongates it. My friend Mustafa, who's in the chat, he took me to the hospital. But actually, by the time I got there, it'd gone back in.
Oh, that's good.
So it's only ever happened once, and now it's happened once. I know how to deal with it. You literally
Mm.
just lie on your back, and it kind of like retracts itself. It is a little bit painful, but you just have to again then I reevaluated what I was doing. I was like, okay, cool, what's my approach now I
Mm.
play football again really like hardcore, man, five-a-side, like running up and down the pitch, with the little support thingy I wear, which I wear every day actually. So that's quite cool. Martial arts as well, again. um it's just about taking it easy, man, and easing into it and then seeing how you feel, like you mentioned earlier. Don't rush straight into it, man. You can't, say, dip your foot in the pool one day and then like think you're an Olympic diver the next day, man. You gotta take it easy. Do you know what I'm saying? Relax. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, no,
Um,
the fact that you've done like martial arts and stuff, mate, and there's a few people. I think there's a guy called Clarkey that plays rugby
hmm,
with a stoma. There's a few people that I follow, and I literally sit there in awe. Like, how do you do it? Like, if you're doing martial arts, you're doing actual physical contact sport.
yeah.
That's where I'm really interested to be like, okay, cool. So there is no limitations then.
Hmm.
That for me, that's the next mental step is actually getting on a rugby pitch
Yeah,
and
trust
playing,
me.
running around.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure, for sure, for sure. Well, slowly, bro, you're gonna get there slowly, man. You have a good foundation in terms of fitness and stuff. So again, it's just about when you're comfortable and how
mm.
you how you just kind of tackle that and finding a club as well. You're a free agent right now. This is an advert. Anyone looking for a rugby player? We got man like right here, man, ready to jump straight onto the pitch.
Got quite a high signing on fee though, and obviously sponsorship appearance fees and stuff like that. But yeah, just I've got my agent. We'll sort it out.
I'm
It's
his
fine.
agent. I take 90% fee.
I've got Rayola here.
Yeah, trust me, man, trust me. But we got a couple questions regarding football. Elia and Mustafa. Elia saying, speaking of swimming, can you play football? Yeah, like I said, man, I play football quite regularly, and when you're ready, I can twist you up on the pitch as well. Uh, Mustafa says, I swear you got the prolapse because you got twisted up on the pitch by a 62-year-old. Um,
I heard that as well. To be fair, mate. Do you know what I mean?
well,
Like,
yeah, Mustafa says that, but he's got the hairline of a 62-year-old, so we'll keep that moving.
was it him? Was it Mustafa who did it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mustafa. If he does it, man, then I'll happily. If he ever twists me up on the football pitch, I'll happily allow my stoma to prolapse because it's never gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never gonna happen. But do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
cool. We've had a very rounded conversation so far. So in terms of resources. That's what I wanted to say. People always ask about resources, what they can look for, what they can read or watch and stuff. Is there anything in particular you use, or was it more just like having conversations with people like, well, not me, but obviously people within the
No,
community
it's
that
people
kind
like
of
you, mate. No,
that ease
people like you,
it.
and it's you can read a textbook, you can study it online, you can read medical journals, you can go on, like, there's some wonderful resources and things available, but honest truth, the best advice, the best help you can get is people in this community.
Hmm.
You know, the stories that you can have, like literally on your Instagram stories, watching YouTube videos, connecting with people, you don't get that with a book.
Hmm.
Yes, you can ring, you can ring up sort of stoma companies and stuff like that, but you don't, you'll speak with individuals, but we're all on social media, we all have our phones, we're all on internet, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Insta, TikTok, whatever. Reach out to people and just ask. If you don't get a reply straight away, try someone else, talk to other people.
Hmm.
I'm very much of the mantra of, as the same as yourself, we need to raise awareness for this, just because, as probably the only 2 or 3 men that I know that actually have a stoma and openly want to talk about it. There are so many guys that don't want to talk about it. There are many more women out there that are quite open about, talking about their bodies and stuff like that. For men, for whatever reason, there's hardly any guys that actually will openly talk about their stomas and bits and pieces. But just connect with people, because you'll get an actual proper human response. The fact that we were so lucky to meet up and actually talk about IBD and stuff like that. As I
For
said at
sure.
the time when we did our last podcast, you were one of my inspirations to be like, well, I know this is actually going to
Come on,
be
man.
a good thing. Do you know what I mean? I know that in the future I can look at this guy and go, well, he's got a great life. So
Hmm.
and everyone said, if you're going to get a bag, it will change your life for the better. And it's because of those conversations. You don't get that in a textbook. You need that sort of testimonial. You need that one-to-one with somebody to say this is what it's going to be like. And that helps and mentally helps you prepare for, surgeries, dealing with symptoms, anything like that. Honestly, it's I feel proud to be part of the community in the most bizarre way.
A
Having
big
this
part,
little,
man. A big part, bro. A big part. Like you're saying, I inspired you, which I don't know how true that is, but as in, I know I've seen you develop since your surgery, and now you're doing amazing things. And for me personally, I don't really talk that much about my stoma, to be honest. I don't really online. I mean, like I do stuff like this with you, and if people ask me questions, I'm more than happy to speak about it. But I rarely post that much about it. I know you're very active, and I don't know. It's just not me in it. I just feel
yeah,
like I'm
that's
doing
because
so many
you're
things, and
doing too many modeling things, mate. Stuff like this with
looking
like,
like this, bruv. Looking like this.
mate, people want it. I see you every other day with like, sitting like perched on like, banisters, like wearing like the latest like trends, mate.
This guy, bruv. But no, what I'm trying to say is that there's no like we're in a community and we're in a space where, or in a world or a society where people are slightly nervous to talk to people who have followers and stuff. I'm not saying I have followers or people who you look up to, but any a guy messaged me today, or I saw a Facebook message, and you just respond. You just have a little chat, see how they're doing. We're humans. It's always nice just to talk to people and just make sure they're okay. If they have any questions, I've been through the same thing. I don't. It's not my duty, but I just, it's not gonna hurt me spending 2 or 3 minutes like answering a few questions for someone who was in the same position I was in like 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm sure Ant feels exactly the same, and everyone else feels the same within the community. So just a disclaimer, if you're going through stuff, just find someone you really think is cool or you like, or they're going through the same thing. Obviously we're guys, so there are plenty of females out there, more females than guys, who speak about IBD in general. So just drop them a DM on Insta, man. They're more than happy to help. We
Well,
actually
if
have a quick
anyone that's
question.
watching
Oh, go on.
this, anyone's watching this, and you don't know, just chat to us.
Yeah, chat to
That's why
us,
we're doing
man.
this. Just talk to us. We don't mind. It
In
takes,
terms of in terms of females as well, if you go further up the chat, gut instinct blog,
yeah,
her name is
Lois
Lois. She's
Mills.
awesome, man. She's got her own little page as well, where she talks about
Yeah.
living with IBD as well. So definitely check her out. But Ed asks, hey guys, if your stoma is near where you wear your trousers, so like your waist, do you get a small bag capacity if you wear your bag under your trousers? I see what you mean. So when you put your trousers on, it cuts it off.
So for me, I'll be honest, it doesn't, unless you're wearing like incredibly tight trousers,
Mm.
it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I'm going to do a big shout out to my friend Vicky Unhidden. She's got some really nice adaptive wear for guys as well. I've been doing a few things with a few people at Iron Denim. They've got jeans that have got belts, supports, and stuff like this. There is a lot of trousers now that are being made to sort of help individuals that have got ostomy bags and stuff like that. So if you've got trousers that you love and you're worried that, you know, if you've got a bag it affects you in bits and pieces, just message me, or I'll pass you on to Vicky at Unhidden Clothing.
Yeah, she's got
she'll alter your current trousers so it actually fits for you. So, you know, and she, bless her, she's asked me, she's offered so many times to, so I'll do one of your suits for you. I'll do the back of it and stuff. But no, it doesn't cut off anything. So
yeah, it can sometimes, like Ant says, if you're wearing tight stuff. But just going back to Victoria, this, you know, when you just meet like a good human, like it's just like a good person with like a very big heart. That's what Victoria is. And so, like we said, we have to give her a shout out. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now in capitals. Unhidden Clothing. Go and check that out, because she does, like I said, like we both mentioned, clothing for people who may not fit the kind of generics, like, you know, pencil thin model, like the fast fashion kind of like quick production, not really care who we make clothes about thing. You know, each of her garments is specifically made for people who live with certain things, right? And I'm not one to wear suit trousers, because like Ed mentioned, you know, if you wear trousers, sometimes it can get cut off. And when I wear like suits, my suits are quite fitted. I wear a belt, and those are the only instances where I feel like the poop gets collected at the top of the bag, because it can't access the bottom, because the belt and the trousers are quite tight. So when we did the photo shoot, Ant and I, amongst many of other people, she designed these trousers that look like suit trousers, but it fit really nicely. Oh my god, they fit so good. And I never ever thought I'd be into those. You know, I wear jogging bottoms, as elasticated waist, relaxed, chilled. I got chinos and stuff as well. And yeah, man, definitely check her adaptive wear out, man. It is really, really cool, really, really good quality as well, man. I remember wearing it thinking I was like flipping Scarface, bruv, mafioso settings, bruv. That silk shirt, jeez.
Well, mate,
Really, really nice
it's, you
stuff.
know, all the stuff done, she's designed herself and then she's put into production herself. And that's why it's unbelievable.
Off her own back as well, man. She puts her blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you know, I'm definitely gonna cop some of those trousers, man. 100%.
Well, do you know what? She messaged me today. She'll be in touch with us about it very soon. So which is great. So she's got her Kickstarter coming out in a couple of weeks. So guys, as well, she's doing a Kickstarter program. Not to plug everyone that we know into this, but honestly, she's got an absolute heart of gold, and her whole clothing line is for, you know, disability people who suffer with disabilities, and actually them having accessible fashion.
She's designed this stuff to help other people, man. Not like these massive fast fashion, big institution franchises that only care about money. Do you know what I'm saying? She actually cares about like an individual, like customer experience. And I'm not speaking because I know her, but I know how, like, what an amazing person she is, and I've seen the product. You know, I'm not going to put my name to something that is crap. All the clothes there are like just like top notch. You know what I'm saying? Really high quality. And again, she offers that service to like alter your clothes for you as well if you have specific needs. So honestly, definitely just check it out, man. Show some love.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I'm going to be supporting her with her Kickstarter thing, and she's got a few events coming up. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can just for her, because she's such a good human, you know, and that's what you need. That's what we need out of this whole last year, this whole lockdown, is the people like that, and people like yourself, Mahmood, and you know.
Come on, we need to do a little TikTok together soon, bro.
Do you know what? I think
we should do TikToks like that, but we need to do something.
We need to just do TikToks where we do, is it stitches or duets? I don't even know what this is. I'm too new to it. But we should just do silly things where we just take the piss out of each other and a bag laugh.
Man, we all know who's gonna win that. Do you know what I'm saying? But
anyway, you are, mate.
I'm joking.
Of course you are, mate.
Oh wow, here's an amazing question. Right, we've got two questions.
Go ahead.
The first one is one thing you both wish you knew before you had the operation. That's quite an intense question. One thing I knew, that how much of an idiot you'd be, Mustafa. No, I'm joking. Mustafa's my best friend, so I'm not gonna say that. One thing I wish I knew before I had the operation.
For me, the one thing I wish I knew was just how much more resources are out there. You know, beforehand, because when you go and you have a chat, like I saw my stoma nurse, she was like, this is what a bag looks like. And it's like this clear one that they've just got out of the cupboard sort of thing by a little company, and the people on it are all just old people, and it makes you feel like, oh, I felt when I look at it, I was like, okay, it doesn't make me feel great. I just wish I'd known more about everything that's out there, everything that you can have, you know, all the resources and stuff like that available for you after the surgery, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So coming through it now, this is what it's going to be like to get your products. This is what it'll be like to do this. This is what it'll be like to do that. Obviously, they help you out, but it's more about that experience, you know, which you learn. But I wish I knew more beforehand, that a lot of your anxieties and worries will actually go straight away. As soon as you do it, it's that.
100%. That's a fantastic point you made there. And I don't know if there's anything I wish, man, but something I just suggest or I implore everyone who's going through anything in life is that regardless of the situation you're in, you can get to where you want to be in life. Going through what you're going through, you know. In our mind, it's always A to B. It's always like a straight road, but ultimately it never is in life. You know, you're gonna have ups and downs. The road is gonna be meandering. There's gonna be humps you're gonna have to get over. And what I say is, like, you can do it. You can get through that, and you can get to where you want to be. You can live the lifestyle you want to live. It's all down to you and how you deal with the situation you're in. You adapt and you just keep it moving. And that's something I live by. That's something, you know, that wavers for me, even no matter how like fixated I am on getting to where I want to be. You know, we all have those months or days or weeks where it can even be a month where you're just like down and depressed and stuff, and you know, it's okay to be like that because we're humans and we're emotional creatures. It happens, but just know, you know, you can get through it, whatever it is. And talk to people that are around, you know what I'm saying? Talk to people. You know, you got people that love you around. I got friends like, and obviously people in the chat as well. My boys are in the chat, all the peeps are in the chat. Paulette, I remember you when I make it in on YouTube, because you've been supporting from the beginning. I remember. So you know, just like talk to people and just understand that you have the power within you to get to where you want to be in life. Life is in your hands. You know what I'm saying? Your life is in your hands. You can get to where you want to be. And I'm just mad passionate about making sure people understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do it. You can definitely do it.
Do you know what? I've just seen I've got one of the questions that come up. It says it's from Victoria. She goes, "It's not a question. I just love you both right now."
Where does it say that? On Instagram?
I know it's on my Instagram live. So
oh, I can't see the question.
I've not got my glasses on, so I'm looking at it. I'm like, I can't.
I
feel like
simultaneous Instagram live. That's why.
I'm just turning into an old man, mate. But yeah.
Nah, not at all.
What I would say, if anyone is going to have surgery, contact a company like Coloplast, Salts, Pelican, whomever, and say, "Can I have a test kit?"
Yeah.
They send you out a little rubber stoma. Put it on, put a bag on, walk around with it, stick it on you, and literally live with it for a couple of days. You can fill it up with little sachets, so you can feel how heavy it is. You can look at how it's going to be on your clothing. You can understand where it's going to sit. Honestly, that fits that little gap of mentally preparing you what it's going to be like to actually have a bag. I wore one for a couple of days, went to the gym, all these sorts of bits and pieces. So it's great.
So I just had an amazing thought, and I didn't mean to like make that face whilst you were speaking, but this is what I'm gonna do, man, for Halloween next, or like some sort of fancy dress. I'm gonna get one of those test kits, but I'm gonna fill it up with sauce, like barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna put it on people's food. And they'll be like, "What are you doing?"
You should threaten people and be like, "Don't, mate. I'll get you."
Just it's gonna be like, "Would you like some sauce with that?" There you go, straight from the gut. Sorry, people. That's just the way my mind works. Shout out to Wavy Gravy in the chat. I think we're gonna round it off very, very soon, but we've got a final little question here. Ed again, he says, thoughts on wearing the bag sideways.
Not for me.
I've never worn it sideways. Like, it's either been directly down or slightly to an angle, but that's about as far as it will go. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, I would never wear it, because you have to remember gravity comes downwards, right? And the end is at the bottom, so it's gonna be hovering like a submarine. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you have to, like, I've never tried it. Like, I can't knock it until you try it. Do you know what I'm saying? But
for me, it's how you
empty it. Yeah, it just don't work, man, for me.
Well, I'll empty it by kneeling. So I'll kneel down towards the toilet and sort of empty it like that.
Toilet, like that.
Yeah. So I literally, I'll pray. to make literally. But you do. I don't sound silly, but you do. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like when you go to the toilet normally,
I do the same thing.
when you go to the toilet normally, you're never looking at like your output and wondering, oh, what have I eaten? Is that
What's
okay?
that?
Yeah, honestly, it's bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Sometimes when I'm feeling like a daredevil, I stand up and empty it.
No, mate, not what are you doing? Are you mad? Are you
Just to
mad?
see, like, you know what, man, YOLO. Let's see where let's see where it lands today. No, I'm joking. I don't do that.
It's not
You
that.
know,
I
like
just sit there and go, it's gonna go all over your clothes, mate. I'm not doing that.
yeah, ooh, someone call me. The two ways I do it is by sitting on the toilet, or when I'm feeling tired, or just like kneeling like you. Yeah, the same two ways, man.
I can't sit down. I can't sit down. I'm too worried it's gonna go everywhere else, mate. And then I've got to sit there and start washing. I'm not doing
Everywhere
that.
else, bro. You're not going like that, bruv. Sometimes, like a cartoon, I'm just gonna go like a fruit woof, and hopefully it'll like arch and just land in the ball like that.
Yeah, let's see how far you can get it out.
Which is like little tournament. People
10
just joining the
meters.
chat are gonna think they're looking dodgy, but we're not being dodgy whatsoever. But Ant, man, I appreciate you. It's been a very, very nice conversation. I hope the people.
I miss you, mate. I
Oh, bro,
genuinely
I
miss
miss you
you.
too, man.
I
Come on,
can't
we need
wait
to catch up soon.
to meet up. Yeah, yeah. Next time
Um,
when we can do this properly again, we'll definitely do it, and we'll meet up. We'll make
Bro,
a
I'm
day.
gonna do a live event, man. I'm gonna hold like a actual live event where we have talks, like, and people can come and get tickets and see people and
Mate,
stuff like that.
we have to do it. Have some good food, like I know it sounds silly. There's been lots of things that we've planned. Like I've planned so many meetups and stuff that's not happened. We should definitely do it. We should do something massive.
100%, we will, man. We will. And people in the chat are more than welcome to join us as well,
Yeah,
man.
do it.
Jumping in
Please
the
do it.
vibe. But like I said, I'm gonna create an event, man. Maybe at like Box Park, or like an event, a proper cool
Yes.
event. Make this whole thing seem cool, because we are cool people, man. We live with stomas and we live with whatever we live with, So, bro, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time. I
Oh,
hope
thank you.
everyone in the chat managed to answer the question. I hope I didn't miss any. If there's any more questions, I'm gonna do this quite regularly. So
Yeah.
just keep your eye out. A little shameless plug. I'm looking to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. It's my birthday real soon, so I'd really like to get there for that.
Click the
So
link
if you haven't
button.
subscribed, please do subscribe. Ed, Wembley Box Park, that's very like 10 minutes down the road from me. So yeah, that's where I hold another event with South Asian creatives. So
That is so good, by the way. The stuff you were doing and have been doing for like your creativity work, mate.
yeah, and I appreciate it, man.
Really.
Obviously, that's a big passion for me. So I'm just trying to like make everything work together, man. So yeah, man, no, like I said, Ant, appreciate you. We're gonna log off now, guys. Big love. Keep your eyes out for future chats. There's a vast amount of people I want to get on, so hopefully we can do it once a week. But until then, if you haven't subscribed, like the video, shameless plug, and have a wonderful evening.
Stay safe, mate. Take care, everyone. All
Bye,
the best.
guys.
Thanks a lot, buddy. See you soon, mate.